Let's dig into the Liberal results. I'm joined by Liberal strategist Charles Bird with Earnscliffe Strategies. Charles, what's your first reaction? It's going to be a Carney government. We just don't know if it's a minority or a majority.
Well, the Liberals are currently sitting at 47.5% of the popular vote nationally, with the Conservatives just under 40%. And I'm pretty sure there's another 40 ridings still to report, a good number of them in Ontario. So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it's a Liberal majority happening, Matt.
You're still seeing that, and I know we haven't been able to call that yet in our newsroom, but you think at the end of the night, we're going to see Mark Carney with a majority government?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think the numbers have been coming in as predicted. The Liberals are doing particularly well in Quebec, and it appears the margin in Ontario is quite strong. You know, obviously prophecy is a lousy way to make a living, so it's probably best if we wait until all the results are in. But if British Columbia delivers to Mark Carney as it is expected to do, then we are in fact looking at a Liberal majority, and there's only one reason for this Liberal majority, and it is Mark Carney. He has done something that's quite unthinkable politically, which has come out of the wilderness, and in the face of a 25-point lead in the polls for the Conservatives at the beginning of this year, he has seized the attention of Canadians, and he will likely be the Prime Minister of a Liberal majority government, which is really quite unthinkable given where we were just 3-4 months ago.
It is a really remarkable result in that sense when you think about how far this party has come. But I want to push back a little and say, how much credit does Carney get for this? Because this is such an unusual election where Donald Trump and trade wars and the resignation of Justin Trudeau and perhaps even the Conservative campaign's inability to really resonate with more than just their base. Is this a Carney victory, or is this Canada uniting against Donald Trump?
I think it's a lot of both. I don't think if Canadians had united behind or against Donald Trump and had Justin Trudeau or someone else on the ballot as the Liberal leader, I'm not sure they would have raced to embrace a fourth Liberal term as they have done today. Instead, we have someone whose credentials just speak to the moment we find ourselves in. And it's quite remarkable that he has, after an amazing career, emerged at this point in time, poised to lead Canada and to lead our negotiations with Donald Trump and with other world leaders. I'll also say that he became Liberal leader on March 9th and became Prime Minister just a few days later. That's barely a month ago. And he's just been through a grueling 37-day campaign as a complete neophyte politically. And he has performed very, very well. I mean, there have been some minor mistakes. I think he's gotten better as the campaign has gone on. And he said early on, I am not a politician. And that also may be something that appealed to Canadians to some extent. He looks like a central banker. He looks like he was sent by central casting. And he's going to be Prime Minister for the next 4 years.
And do you think he's going to evolve into becoming more of a political leader? Like, I'm curious what it's going to look like when we finally see him standing up in the House of Commons opposite Pierre Poilievre, who's a seasoned politician and has been a quite successful leader of the opposition.
You know, Matt, I think his challenge isn't so much the opposition or the provincial premiers. His challenge is his own government, because as remarkable as the timing has been, the Conservatives were very quick to point out he is surrounded by Trudeau ministers, Trudeau MPs, Trudeau staff, Trudeau bureaucrats. And I think a good number of them, God forbid, will actually look at the results tonight and think business as usual. And the challenge before Mark Carney is to demonstrate to all of them that this is not business as usual, that this is at the dawn of a new day, that we're going to have a laser focus on what is potentially a very nasty trade war with the United States, but also on the key issues that Canadians have spoken to again and again and again, which is affordability, cost of living, making sure that houses get built and that kids can go off to school and get the training they need. These are the priorities that Canadians have identified. And, they're taking a bit of a chance in voting for Mark Carney. He's a bit sight unseen, but he has been given an enormous mandate tonight.
That's Liberal strategist Charles Bird with Earnscliffe Strategies. Charles, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Matt.